So this is a men's construction trip.
So the first year we went down, we built a school, like a giant 2-room school. And then the second year we went down, we built 2 more rooms. The third year we built 1 more room and a cafeteria for the school. And then the 4th year we built a church. And the 5th year we built a cafeteria for another church in the village.
On the surface, what we accomplished was a building where the Guaymi can come and eat and gather. And it also, we built inside of the building was a room for the pastor. So that way he can pasture. You know, he comes from 2 hours away. And so it gives him time to stay for a few days to pastor the community while he's there.
One of the stories I wanted to tell about the trip and the experience that I had was a little boy that I had a relationship with just from being there and around him. He was there many days during our time there. I decided I wanted to leave him with something that he could remember us by, remember me by, and remember why we were there especially. So I've been wearing these bandanas, and I decided to give him one because I wanted him to have a treasured item that would remind him. And when I gave it to him, he was looking at me very, very intently. We couldn't speak because we don't speak the same language, but the nonverbal communication was very sincere and honest and appreciative. A few minutes later, when we were getting ready to leave, one of the adults came up, and I presume because of this, he gave me this bandana that I wore on the way home. He didn't want any money for it. He just wanted me to have it as I take an exchange for who we were and why we were there. And so this is going to be hanging on my wall as a remembrance of having an experience with some people in a very far away place where we shared a lot of things, including the gospel. And I hope they remember that.
There's one part of this trip where me and James Serrano were laying out our frame for the concrete in the patio, and I stopped in my tracks and it was a controlled chaos is the best way I can describe it. You just had welders going here, you had a generator going, you had guys bringing up wheelbarrows for concrete, you had us here, and Guaymi bringing dirt, and it just was a great picture of what the church can do when we have one goal in mind.
My prayer for the Guaymi people is for them to embrace the gospel, and not that we're so cool that we came and built a building in a week, but we're shown what God was able to do for them and what He can do for them in their lives, and how it's life-changing to embrace the gospel and to let it come into your life and revolutionize it.
My prayer for the Guaymi people would be that when they look at the projects that we've done, that they would realize that God is capable of doing so much more than what a group of guys were able to come down and build in 3 or 4 days, that will completely change and transform their lives just here on earth, but that they would be able to make that transition to their relationship with God. That if God can do this for us here on earth, what can He do for me spiritually and in my life personally?